Hi guys, it's Dale with the insurance. Today we're going to talk about an article that was written. It was written a bit ago, but it's still the information is still very pertinent. And in fact, I've used it quite a bit, and that's because with a small family, we've got so much stuff that we absolutely need storage all the time. And even when I was living by myself, I needed storage because I couldn't afford a house that was big enough to hold my stuff. The title of this article is Self-Storage Units and Homeowners Insurance Coverage. So to answer your question right off the bat, yes, there is coverage embedded in most standard homeowners and renters insurance policies for covered property that's off premises. Right, so there's that insurance language again. So covered property, your personal property, that whether it be a garage, a friend's house, or a storage unit, there is coverage. That being said, there are, like everything riddled within an insurance policy, there are caveats, right? So it's limited to, typically they say it's 10% of your total limit, right? Your regular or normal insurance coverage limit. It'll be 10% of that. But there are further exclusions and limitations. So make sure you read your policy to have a clear understanding of not just how much is covered, but what exactly is covered, because some of the exclusions, for instance, may be they won't pay for flood or rodent damage or negligence in maintaining the facility, right? So you want to know all these things before you sign a contract and place your items in that particular storage facility. Also something to take note of, and this is, you probably knew this as it relates to homeowners insurance or renters insurance, things that are highly expensive, right? So like whether it be artwork or jewelry or something like that, you know that your homeowner's policy has specific language for those items, right? So they either have a per item limit, but they decrease their exposure for these risks because of their outsized value, even though they may be very small items. So that also applies to off-premises property, things that would be stored in a storage facility. So keep that in mind as well. If you have some very expensive jewelry, which I don't think you would do, but you put it in a storage facility, sure, it might be, you might have 10% of your total limit in coverage, but for that particular item, because it's highly valued and it's jewelry, it may not be afforded that 10%. It may have a sub limit of $500 or something, right? So sure, there is coverage embedded in your homeowners or renters policy, but when you're going about checking out different storage facilities, make sure you underwrite the facility, right? First and foremost, is it in a good neighborhood? Are the people trustworthy? Is it well maintained? Is access monitored and hard to get into the unit? Is it on a higher floor so that it's not as susceptible to flooding or water damage of sorts? These are all things you need to take into account. And then even once you decide, you know what, this place is legit, let me go with this one, make sure to inquire about insurance that they may provide and what would they cover, right? Now, through a combination of the insurance they may provide and your homeowners and renters insurance, if you're still not happy with the amount of coverage, then you may need to look at either amending your homeowners or renters policy to cover this particular property specifically, or look at trying to get a standalone policy for covered, like a jeweler's Brock or some type of inland marine insurance that would cover whatever you're storing specifically, right? And then when you do that, whether it's a storage facility or if it's on a separate standalone policy, make sure you keep a detailed inventory of what's in that storage unit. Just in case something happens, right? You'll be able to reference this list. I think that is it. Hopefully you guys aren't like me and have so much stuff that you need a storage facility, but if you do, there are ways to make sure that you're adequately covered. Thanks for stopping by, guys. We hope this is helpful. We'll chat with you next week.